Whatever the setbacks of the moment, nothing can stop us now. Whatever the difficulties, Africa shall be at peace. However improbable it may sound to the skeptics, Africa will prosper.
More than anything, Unisa must be celebrated as a pioneer of the distance education model, an enduring gift not only to South Africa, the continent, but to the human civilization in the knowledge arena the world over.
Education is the light in a dark room. It's the spark of a dream, a passport to the future, and the seed of generational change. Through education, we reflect on yesterday and define tomorrow. Rooted in South Africa and the African continent, Unisa can truly claim to be the African university in the service of humanity. Unisa stands at the pinnacle of education through open distance e-learning, with a footprint of students in more than 100 countries worldwide. Since the founding of the university in 1873 as an examining body, we have been a trailblazer. Unisa is the first and only institution in South Africa to carry our country's name with pride, and the first public university in the world to exclusively teach by means of distance education, an ever-changing dynamic university with a global reach. Unisa's history spans the entire modern history of South Africa, opening up a world of academic study opportunities for former activists and struggle heroes, thought leaders, business people, legal experts, acclaimed entertainers, and sports stars. The university takes pride in almost 1 million alumni, with 10 alumni chapters internationally making their mark in diverse fields and capabilities. Some of the noteworthy alumni include President Nelson Mandela, Thabo Mbeki, who is also the Chancellor and custodian of the university's Calabash Awards, current President Cyril Ramaphosa, former South African Reserve Bank Governor Jill Marcus, and current one, Lesetja Kganyago, internationally Reserve Bank governors of Eswatini and Namibia, to name but a few. At Unisa, the World Wide Web is our educational playground, but we also have beautiful and impressive campuses. Unisa's Makelneuk campus is located in the city of Tshwane and is a major landmark of the capital city. The Florida campus in Johannesburg is Unisa's science campus, housing state-of-the-art infrastructure and laboratory equipment. Unisa has 6 regional hubs including Ethiopia and multiple centers across the country. We have embraced the fact that we need to adapt quickly to the fast-paced higher education environment of the 21st century, and this is reflected in our management style and leadership practice. In articulating her vision, the new Principal and Vice Chancellor of the University of South Africa, the first black woman to be appointed at the helm of Unisa, Professor Puleng Kabula, shared that Unisa is well placed to address society's most demanding challenges by using research to meaningfully transform the lives of those in our communities. To this end, Unisa is working on the following catalytic niche areas. Marine Studies. As a discipline, Marine Studies covers field-specific studies like marine ecology and biology to policy-related studies like marine spatial planning and coastal economies. Many other areas of marine research and studies are covered in this niche area. Aviation and Aeronautical Studies. Aviation and Aeronautical Studies covers specializations in areas as diverse as aeronautical engineering and aerospace safety, and South Africa's 18 airports forms a major role player for passengers and goods transitioning to and from our country. This is a niche that supports a major component of the country's economy. Automotive Studies. The South African automotive industry is projected to grow from 600,000 to 1.4 million vehicles a year in production. There is major potential to be explored in Unisa's commitment to automotive studies. In 2022, students from the Department of Mechanical Engineering participated in the Sasol Solar Challenge with their solar-powered car that travels from Johannesburg to Cape Town without using a single drop of fuel. Energy Studies. Unisa's Institute for Development of Energy for African Sustainability specializes in designing chemical processes, reducing material and energy consumption, as well as carbon dioxide emissions. Space Studies and Square Kilometer Array. Unisa has been extensively involved in the $1 billion Square Kilometer Array project since 2012. The Unisa Observatory, situated on the main campus, is a modern, well-equipped facility housing a 14-inch telescope where the College of Science, Engineering and Technology offers undergraduate courses in astrophysics and astronomy with specialization up to PhD level. Fourth Industrial Revolution and Digitalization. The Fourth Industrial Revolution can be described as the advent of cyber-physical systems, involving entirely new capabilities for people and machines. Examples include genome editing and new forms of machine intelligence. The College of Graduate Studies will support and promote studies into 4IR and digitalization, while the Graduate School of Business Leadership presents a short learning program on big data. Natural Sciences. The simplest definition of biotechnological studies is applied biology. Through the application of biological knowledge and techniques to develop products or services, Unisa's College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences is one of the main partners in the African Biogenome Project, a coordinated Pan-African effort piloting a project with a key objective of sequencing 100,000 endemic species. Health and/or Pharmaceutical Studies. The Department of Health Studies is prepared for the challenge of equipping their students with research skills and expertise in the field of health and pharmaceutical studies. The UNESCO Unisa Africa Chair in Nanoscience and Nanotechnology is leading the international research into the nano-delivery of medicinal drugs, including African herbal medicine. The College of Law offers an elective undergraduate model on medical law. Feminist, Womanist, Busadi Theorizations. In the College of Human Sciences, the Institute for Gender Studies, the College of Education and the Graduate School of Business all contribute to the interdisciplinary research into eliminating gender-based violence, homophobia and transphobia, and discrimination against women in the workplace and the political arena. The Institute also uses education about gender as an effective way to achieve gender equality and the empowerment of women. Student support and co-curricular activities. Unisa is uniquely placed to offer creative and radically innovative ways of enhancing student support. Unisa's College of Graduate Studies has developed a whole range of training programs to assist and encourage students. The Advocacy and Resource Center for Students with Disabilities promotes the principle of access for success, and the Student Development Division provides students with social support and leadership development services. These niche areas find expression in the rich tapestry of our disciplines included in the College of Accounting Sciences, Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, Economic and Management Sciences, Education, Graduate Studies, Human Sciences, Law, Science, Engineering and Technology, the Graduate School of Business Leadership, and the Thabo Mbeki School of Public and International Affairs. As a comprehensive open-distance e-learning institution, Unisa is recognized as a serious player in research globally. From publication and journal output to the number of master's and doctoral graduates, we are moving forwards and upwards. Unisa has made substantial progress in research and innovation, as evidenced by several external and credible scientific ranking systems, with the latest ones, the 2023 Webometrics and Shanghai rankings, placing us in the top 10 universities in the country. As Africa's leading open-distance e-learning university, we can reflect with great pride on the past 150 years of transformational education, and we are confident in our ability to succeed and become a truly high-performance university as we define tomorrow.
by virtue of the powers vested in me as acting Vice-Chancellor, I constitute this gathering a congregation of the University of South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, we request you to join us in silent prayer or meditation to give thanks for the achievement being celebrated on this occasion. Thank you. Let us sit down. Distinguished guests, parents, family members, friends, good morning. I'll try again. Good morning. Thank you. Moloeni. Sanibonani. Goeiemôre. Dumelang. Machironi. It gives me great pleasure to be part of this proud moment. I would like, on behalf of our Chancellor, His Excellency Dr. Thabo Mbeki, our Chair of Council, Dr. Den Musia, and members of Council, represented this morning by Mr. Dlamini, and also on behalf of our Vice Principal and Vice Chancellor, Professor Pulen Lengabula, and the entire university community, I would like to welcome you all to this grand occasion, ceremony number 70 of 2024. Everyone would have loved to be here, but their schedules make it impossible for them to join us this morning. Namokelekile. It looks like we are not here for a celebration. This is a ceremony of the University of South Africa, your university, the University of the land. And having defied age, we are currently in the last month of the celebrations of our 150 years of existence, but also just a few days away from our democratic elections. And this ceremony is surely an important one, and it forms part of the celebrations. I want to say to you, we could have not reached this milestone without you, and we are very grateful for that. We are gathered here in a celebratory mood to witness the joy of our graduandees as they will be publicly honored for their hard work. Just as I indicated a few days before our general elections. A special word of welcome to parents, partners, sponsors, brothers, sisters, relatives, friends, and other family members who accompanied our graduandees to this ceremony this morning. Some of them following these proceedings on YouTube. It also feels so good to know that there's someone who genuinely cares about you, someone who shares in your joys, someone who sometimes also shares in your frustrations. We always don't believe in luck, but I'm now tempted to say you are so lucky that you are sitting here on those chairs this morning, looking so beautiful, because somebody made sure that you look like that. My name is Professor Moloko Sepota. I'm the acting registrar, but will be acting this morning as the Vice Chancellor. And it is an honor for me to be part of this proud moment. I'm not alone, as you can see. I'm accompanied by colleagues from the Graduation Division, from Department of Institutional Advancement, from Multimedia, from Protection Services, from Unisa Radio, from Facility Management, from Unisa Campus Clinic, from the Registrar's Office, from Eastern Cape Regional Office led by the Regional Director, Ntate Mutale Nkwang, and the academics. I would also like to acknowledge this morning the presence of the Regional SRC led by Ntate Lukongolo, and also the Eastern Cape Alumni Convener, Alumni Chapter Convener, Mr. Sipo Kongwane. Hey, your handwriting looks like, but I hope I pronounced your name properly, Sipo. We welcome you all here. And from the colleagues that will be officiating, we have got here Professor Mogashwa, who will be acting as the registrar this morning. We have got Mr. Damini, who will be wearing two caps this morning. He represents the council, but also represents our National Student Representative Council. We again have Ntate Nkwang, as I indicated, the Regional Director of the Eastern Cape Region. We have got Me Mwabi, who is our Acting Executive Director, Institutional Advancement. And we have got from the College of Graduate Studies, Professor G. Baloi from CGS. We have got again from College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences, represented by our Executive Dean there, Professor Mtwasa. From the College of Education, we have got Professor R.J. Tabane, our Director, School of Educational Studies. We have got Professor A.V. Mdau, also from College of Education. From College of Accounting Sciences, we have got our Executive Dean there, Dr. M.T. Hlongwane, and accompanied by Ms. Dumalisile from the College of Accounting Sciences. And we have representatives of staff from the Eastern Cape region, led by Ntate Nkwang, again, as I indicated. Colleagues, I want to say to you, as I indicated, this is an Africa Month. I want to announce to you that your university is not only concentrating locally, it's even operating outside the country. And I'm proud to announce to you that today, this evening, we'll be having our first graduation ceremony in Eritrea. And in that ceremony, 10 judges in that country will be graduating with their master's degrees. Coming back to you, parents and family members, let me again say a very warm and special welcome to you. I think I can see relief in many of your faces. Bringing up and nurturing a child is no easy task. The diplomats and graduates sitting here today started off as toddlers and children. You have had to feed them, you have had to nurse them through all the ages and even through sickness. You had to teach them so much, from appropriate language, behavior, and respect. Today, they are men and women because of your loving and caring hands. It was your task to get them an education, and today we are here to view the results of those efforts. Many of you will agree that at first they listened to you. They respected your every comment. They did just as you instructed them. And then this thing of growing up happened. They started having their views and opinions. They started weighing your words. In some cases, they most probably even began to hear and understand you less and less. You had to endure all that, and yet you did not stop spending your hard-earned money to see them through all levels of education, culminating in this occasion today. Your faith in them, your very good wishes for them, was and remains strong as parents. At some point in time, they might have also become a problem to you, and I can assure you that we also had a taste of that. Unfortunately, that is a story for another day. Today we are here to celebrate, and we thank you for your efforts. I believe that these graduates and diplomats would have learned what it means to be a parent and a spouse and a family member and a member of a community. And I believe they will strive to become better parents in future and better partners, but above all, better members of the community. Graduates and diplomats, on occasion like this, one of the things that we acknowledge is that we are unleashing graduates into the real world of community outreach and engagement, where your contributions and inputs will be regarded highly. We are also releasing you into a robust community of lifelong learners and scholars, with the expectation that you will add to the production of knowledge and the efficient dissemination thereof based on heightened access, support, and technology. Indeed, we are letting you into the challenging environment of real adulthood, where your commitment to responsible parenting will lead to the upbringing of children who are crafted to take over from your soon-to-be proven efficiency and integrity in probably a decade or two. By so doing, you shall have better families that will serve as basic component of better communities that serve as basis for a better nation. Such a nation is a must. We are not only expected to create it, we have to, and we will. It might not be realized today, it might not be realized tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, or worse still, not even during our lifetimes. But that is not going to stop us from trying. And if we do that, when we go down to our graves, we will go that very happy, knowing that we shall have laid a firm foundation for a better society and a better nation. We shall have educated our children. As one Chinese philosopher once said, if you are planning for 1 year, plant rice. If you are planning for 10 years, plant trees. But if you are planning for 100 years, educate children. We expect you to go out and educate all the children, be it your biological children or not. You owe it to them. And we know you are going to do it. We are dispatching you to a world of politics and leadership, where ethics, the best interest of our people, must and will always be held in highest esteem, and where self-interest, greediness, corruption, and lies will be ousted. We are opening doors for you to initiate and promote innovation, to be continental and global competitors in creativity, excellence, and discovery. As a university, we even want to send competent and skilled graduates out there, people who will bring and maintain the respect and dignity that holding a degree, not only a degree, but a Unisa degree, should be celebrated through your example. And for some of you, we expect you to join our academic forces, help in churning out more graduates of high standard in the near future, but above all, we expect to see you on stage very soon. We expect to see you being a member of this procession, not only a passive member, but an active and efficient member of the University of South Africa. And yes, we expect you to aim to be the principal of this university, to be the registrar of this university, to be a doctor of this university, and to be a professor of this esteemed university, at least by the time we celebrate 160th birthday of the university. For purposes of my short engagement with you today, let me capsize English and say, it is easier said than done. But I want to say, it is easier done than said. At the very least, that should be the case for you. In order to achieve, we have to do. We cannot reap before we plant. One of the biggest things out there involves doing. It is action out there. Things have to be done. There is so much to be done. Not only thought about, not only planned around, not only budgeted for. Never ever make your dreams your master. But we need you to wake up, chase those dreams, and achieve. That is possible. That is doable. Many great things are never realized because they are never done. According to Covey, one of the habits of highly successful people is to always do first things first. The first problem may well be defining what the first thing is. And Covey advises us that the first thing that you need to create is to develop a habit of willpower, which is the ability to always say yes to the most important things. Conversely, it is also expressed as the want power, which is the ability to say no to less important things. You'll agree with me that at this stage, and at stages to come, we need to follow Henry Cloud's advice when he talks about necessary endings. At some stage in your life, you need to take a stand. You need to indicate those things that must end. And if you want to lead a clean, happy life and build a functional family, there are times wherein you have to say, no, up to this far, this cannot go beyond. It stops here right now. I started mentioning the high standard things and activities that we are releasing you to today. Well, you are not going to reach halfway to those beautiful things unless you start doing and planning ahead. As self-respecting institutions and people who are respecting themselves, they all have a 5-year plan, for example. This is their roadmap, and they plot out what needs to be done, what the priority is, and they follow up on that. A degree will not prioritize things for you. Money will not prioritize things for you. Power will not prioritize things for you. Your rank will never prioritize things for you. Your office will never prioritize things for you. Your parents will never prioritize things for you. The doing must be in your hands. If not, there will be nothing or next to nothing. If you thought that one of the things that I would say here today is to bid you farewell, then you are mistaken. Because you are an alumnus of this university, you are part of us, and that you will never change, no matter how much you try. We cannot cut you off, for in doing so, we would bleed to extinction. We still expect to see more of you as you go higher and higher. This is a journey that knows no final end. It consists of an infinite number of nodes where you join the current, the new, and the future. It is like a river, alive at all times. You have a student number which should and must remain active at all times. And thank you for saying you'll do that. I say this because I really want to see each one of you becoming more successful with every day. Diplomats and graduates, the time of you to walk the stage and formally graduate has arrived. We have laid the red carpet especially for you. You are our dignitary today. When you walk on the stage, do it with pride. Do it with dignity. Do it with confidence, for you deserve that honor. My only request for you is one. We have never seen some of your smiles. As you walk here, we want to see that smile today, at least for today only. For only 5 minutes, especially as you'll be approaching Professor Mogasha at the end, where your picture is going to be captured. Please give that smile ever. We need that. Before I turn to my audience, I'd also like to indicate and mention a very special and warm welcome to our senior headman of Canon. Senior headman will be receiving a Bachelor of Arts honors. Senior headman is serving a very good example for us all, and especially for our parents. I know you always wanted to sit in those chairs, but you did not have the time and money. You see, you have done your part. They are graduating. Please come to register with us and follow in the footsteps of headmen. Headmen, I believe you are going to send all your villagers to follow in your footsteps. Parents, let me now come back to you. It is our tradition that we give you the freedom to celebrate the success of our children, of your children, of the community, of the nation, of this country. And we want you to praise them as you deem fit. We want you to ululate as loudly as you wish. But our request is only one. We only have 2 hours to ensure that this ceremony is finished. My dear comrade, graduates here were telling me that they have slaughtered and they want to rush back home before things get out of hands. So as we will be praising and ululating and showering our children with all sorts of praises, let us please do it in a controlled manner. Please, I'm begging you, don't leave your chairs. Those chairs are meant for you, only for these 2 hours. Just enjoy yourself there, just relax. Ululate sitting, we don't mind. Make that noise sitting, we don't mind. But please, don't leave your chair so that you give us that space to ensure that within 2 hours, we are done with this ceremony. Again, we request you to bear in mind that some of these graduates will be hearing their names pronounced for the last time in their lifetimes. We cannot deny that. It's a possibility. So they would love to hear their names being pronounced. Let us please give them that space. their loved ones will also hear those names being announced here. Let us please respect them. Let us please give them that space. And I want to welcome you to sit and enjoy this ceremony with us. And congratulations once more. Thank you. Before we go on with our ceremony, I'm going to request my colleagues to open doors. If there are some people outside, we've got 2 minutes to let them in. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now an honor to me to invite and introduce Professor A.V. Mutau from the College of Education. Professor Mutau will be giving us the Chancellor's address. Prof, over to you. You are welcome.
Machero,
Abud.
Dorloche. The Machero. Hey, why are you angry? Where more? Oh, now you can answer. You are very naughty. Molweni. Yeah, I liked telling stories. So when I got this opportunity, I went into my archives to look for some stories to share with you. You might not understand them now, but then that will be a present for me for today, for tomorrow, for next year, or whenever. So I'll be talking to everybody here. I've titled my conversations with yourself that today it is Wednesday, and tomorrow it is Thursday, and yesterday it was Tuesday. The acting Vice-Chancellor, I think that is how I should start. The acting registrar and colleagues, I greet you. It simply translates to say, if you do not understand it now, one day when you are sleeping, you might reflect on what I'm saying and understand what it means. And then I hope and pray there will be complete ceasefire in Gaza very soon. There is this girl who comes from this village and whose parents are deceased. She was one of the lucky ones who, after applying for funding, some many years back, got it and enrolled at a university for an education degree. As things happened, she had a child by a local boy who had no means to take care of the child, but she went back to the university to continue with her studies. She failed her modules and passed some, but it was at a very slow pace. She was not making serious progress. As I've indicated, she was now left with the care of her grandmother. It happened that a few years ago, she got married to this guy, and they had kids, at least 2, so which means now she had 3. Now you see the technology. Okay, thank you. At least now she had 3. Whose age gaps it was about 1 to 2. I remember asking if it was planned, and she indicated that no. She's around 27 years old, the eldest being 8 years old, second born 3 years, and the last born 2 years old. Her studies continued slowly but surely. If I'm not mistaken, she could be on a 6th year of doing a Bachelor of Education degree. Then last year, the husband, who was also still young, who worked as a subcontractor, passed on after a short illness. They were building a very beautiful house in the village. And then it meant now that the girl is left alone to take care of the 3 kids and finishing the building. She indicated to me one day that things are hard in life. She can't even feed the kids. And then she has left her matrimonial house as they no longer supported her. That she's back at her grandmother's place with the 3 kids. I asked the progress with the degree, and she said it is completed, but she was not telling the truth. So the degree is still not completed. And my gut's feeling are that the funding might also have stopped. What do we learn from this experience? We should learn that when it is Monday, when it is Tuesday, we must maximize and do right, and know that whatever we do wrong on Monday might have an influence on Tuesday or Wednesday or Saturday or Sunday or the next Monday. So if daily we are on point and we are sure of what we are doing and we have plans about our lives, then we will not be caught off guard. There will be no need to be corrupt. There will be no need to give birth to kids whose upbringing may not be one of the best, just because of the decisions which we made focusing on ourselves and the now and forgetting about tomorrow. Now, this other friend of mine, who's about 22 years old, was born and bred in one of the villages in South Africa. She's beautiful in a typical yellow bone. I know you know what I mean. That means she never suffers any proposals from fake and genuine proposers. Her mother survives and takes care of a family of 5 by selling things at school for the learners, and her father works in the security industry. This means that the family is not that well off. And she met this guy who promised love and hope in life. The guy would provide all the financial means to her, and that was also extended to a family. They did not lack much. In terms of clothes, she was always dressed to kill. The question was where the money was coming from. As time goes on, she realized that the guy's money was not from authentic business. She then had to make decisions which were very crucial in her life. Leaving the guy means running away from the source of money which was readily available. It also meant that her friends and others will look at her differently. But it seems that she was determined to start life afresh. She applied for law and education at Unisa and accepted to the education and using NSFAS funds. It is early days, but there is hope based on solid foundation and not based on somebody else. What do you learn from this real life story? We learn that shortcuts do not last. We learn that money is not the answer to everything. We learn that we should base our future on solid foundation, and the foundation is education. With education, there is hope and satisfaction, even if one is not working or employed today, but there is hope that one day things will be different. So sometimes in life, you need to make decisions that are painful so that you might have to reset your life. It cannot be business as usual. And then this second last one. There is this girl who was born on this far-flung village. Both parents never worked but did a lot of field jobs and farming. She had her first child when she was in grade 11, but she managed to complete grade 12 and passed with a bachelor. Whilst doing her first year at the university, she also fell pregnant again, and a second child, but she never stopped studying, and her mother took care of the kids back in the village. This girl completed her first degree at the age of 22. She enrolled for her honors degree, which she passed, and then she engaged on a master's degree, of which she intends to complete, and then enroll for a doctor of philosophy immediately after completing it. What do we learn from this girl? We learn that in life we fail, but it doesn't mean that it is the end of the world, and that we might not fail once, but twice or more. But still we wake up and continue with the journey of beautifying our futures. She's around 25, but she will be doctor soon, and everyone will respect her. And even those who are saying she will not go far, as she's a baby maker, they'll be the ones celebrating her. So things are possible. And then the last one, it is this guy who grew up from this township, and then he used to use a train going to the university after borrowing money from everybody else. And now he has a practice, and he has also some businesses. And then he's a director of one of the school, and he's a full professor. It is because of education that is very beautiful, and then the future looks good, and is in front in the stage. I'll not tell you his name. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Mdau, for your fascinating stories, but very helpful. My dear graduates, I believe you heard loud and clear what the professor is telling us about the stories. And you heard, he says, those are real life stories. And what I think I heard him saying, he says, build your future on a solid foundation. He says, your decisions today will affect your tomorrow. And your decisions today might surely come back at some stage if those are wrong decisions to haunt you. So build your future on solid foundation. But he's also saying something that I think I've heard to encourage us to say that if you fall, you don't remain there. You wake up, you dust your clothes, and you hit the road running. And I think this is what you have done before, and I think this is what you are still going to do. Professor, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, before we start with the conferment of the degrees and diplomas, may I kindly request that, again, you not leave the hall before the end of this ceremony, and that you remain seated in your chairs. By virtue of powers entrusted to me, I shall now proceed to confer the degrees and diplomas of the university on the candidates whose names appear on the program, and I request the representatives of colleges to present candidates to me.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Ruan Garnath Cannon. Is it done? It's done. 8. Hello. Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Science Honours. Sandisiwe Balfo. Rebecca De Oliveira. Vusumzi Irvin Dube. Michaela Manthe, the degree is obtained with distinction. Tina Skolpat.
Mr. Acting Vice-Chancellor, Alana Matros receives the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences Honours.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Prof. Supporter, the following candidates receive the degree of Bachelor of Education Honours. Anati Kalimashe. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Chandri Passenger receives the degree of Bachelor of Education with distinction. Anati Billy. Kaylee Ann Bowles. Tembelihle Kabani. Millicent Stephanie Kona. Elmi Conradi, degree obtained with distinction. Ntombize to Diko. Nongaba Sikelela Diniso Fani. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Monique Duplessis receives her degree with distinction. Nicole Ellis. Nicole. Samba, we are too fast. Take a picture first as well. Did you smile? Sibongile Filana. Bongiswa Gamdana. Siyasanga Gamtela. Tiffany Emarentia Hendricks. Jocelyn Veronique Hendricks. Brittany Kaywen Hiscock. Atenkosi Hototo. Donna Lee Hunter. Talita Jansen.
Ashley Shane Yoster, degree obtained with distinction. Tamantha Penelope Kent, degree obtained with distinction. Johanny Klein, Zelmary Low, No Pinky Mabona, Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Melandi Mare receives a degree with a distinction. Abongile Masemula, Azande Mazamisa, Lindy Mbaleki, Masonwabe Boyan, camera namhla. Yeah. Let's take a pic first. Namhla Menzi, Yonela Mhlana, Izala? Ya phambili kancane. Nomvuyiso Mngwabe, Nteboheleng Mokantso, Zizipho Precious Mpunyuka, Ncebekazi Mzondi, Ember Clarice Neal, Philile Ngexe, Ayima, I wanted you to have your moment. Smile, you know, into enjam. Lungelwa Maureen Tantiso, Pamela Nyamanden Denge, Did you take a picture? Yes. Okay. Amy Elizabeth Palmer, degree obtained with distinction. Nicoline Potgieter, degree obtained with distinction. Tazrain Prince. Winter Rose Qilingele. Qilingele. Christelle Deidre Roberts. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Lorraine Sayers receives her degree with distinction. Yes, Chantel Lynn Shovel. Chantal? Lee? Lucille Schwartz receives her degree with distinction. Zotwa Sishuba. Zinzisa Sotati. Andrea Faye Starbuck. Is that where we're going to go to tea? Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Andrea Faye Starbuck receives a degree with distinction. Xolelwa Choloba. Christy Morgan Understand received her degree with distinction. Caitlin Yentle Van Sensi receives her degree with distinction. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Karen Robin Fisachi receives her degree with distinction. Finally, where are our men? Hey. Charlene Seth Watson. Melissa Tyler Weiss. Is that correct? Vas. Tessa Westenberg. Hannah Ruth Vespa receives her degree with distinction. Gabriela Cheryl Weller. Jessica Zelda Whitlock receives her degree with distinction. Kanyi Swa Zinyus. Nandi Pazongo. Bongiswa Fuzani. Is it Corne or Corne? Corne Greef. Pamela Shobo. Megan Alexi Yonker. Oh, you want X? Megan Alexis Yonkers. Christine Wendy Moore. Kaylin Anastasia Roman. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Bronik. Moshe Shanik. Bronik Moshe Shanik receives her degree with distinction. Come closer to me then. There you go. Boston Bosch. Here you go. Tiffany Barbara Bowes. Mago Cap. Delin Potgieter. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the showstopper from the mother of all degrees, Kangelwa Vivian Ketwa.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Accounting Sciences. Shane Desiree Bezaidenhout. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, Erin Marie Breton receives the degree with distinction. Yandisa Malau. Sipamandla Meshomakhulu. Siphokazi Nzoyi. Anelisa Chiseka.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Science. Christine Joy Harding, degree obtained with distinction. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Consumer Sciences. Bianca Claire Bosch. Anya Weber, degree obtained with distinction. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Sindisiwe Gade. Sindisiwe. Oh, okay. Esetu Gulwa. Esetu. Hello. Soletu Mkankele, degree obtained with distinction. Sizalo Buhle Moyo. Anelisa Nongenzi. Mtunzi Kaiso. Sean Thibault. Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the diploma candidates will now be introduced to you. Madam Acting Vice Chancellor, Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates receive the postgraduate diploma in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. Atabile Innocentia Cingo. Bongile Mlashwa. Violetu Mpati, diploma obtained with distinction. Tizivoni Patrick Muzanani.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Afika Gwanga. Luyolo Mihlali Lusizi. Grant Nicholas Malkas. Nomvuzo Maswana. Zugisa Zila Matiwane. Onelihle Bazana. Loyiso Nene. Mawande Ngalati. Sinazo Ngambi. Zuko Mziwetu Philip. Poliswa Sejo Singh.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the postgraduate diploma in the College of Education. Faren Bosch. Nomonde Boti. Marion Emezrimonye Okoro Nkwo. Say it again. No, wait, say it. Yeah, Marion Emezrimonye Okoro Nkwo. Carmen Vanessa Filanda, diploma obtained with distinction.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Agriculture and Environmental Sciences. Kimberly Ray Horman. Nathan John Hunt. Simamkele Mzongwana.
Mr. Acting Vice Chancellor, the following candidates received the diploma in the College of Accounting Sciences. Khululwa Bunguza. Buiswa Eugenia Mtongana.
Did you enjoy that? Shall we show them that indeed we enjoyed it? If we can just stand up and thank you. We also enjoyed it. And my colleagues were just telling me that they are proud of you. They are telling me that they have confidence in you. They tell me that you managed to navigate through our dear loving tool, the Invigilator app. I know you love it so much. Yeah, parents, if you did not know anything about that, it's one tool that is so close to the hearts of our students, but so is close to us. Yes, it is. It is because of that tool that today my colleagues are proud of that certificate. It is because of that tool that colleagues are sure that your degrees are quality assured. It is because of that tool that the employer out there will be willing to take chances of appointing, let alone chances of inviting you for an interview, because they trust that you deserve that certificate. Well, sometimes, yes, it might sound like it's something to torture you, but if we were to be honest, that is definitely a necessary evil. We have to go that route so that we secure your future. Otherwise, had we not gone through that route, the future of over 40,000 students would have been at stake. By the way, parents, we need to assure you that even if this morning we graduated just around 158 students, by the end of this season, meaning from 10 April up to 4 June, we shall have graduated over 40,000 students. And had we not invoked the Invigilator app, the degrees could have been questioned, and nobody was going to be willing to take chances of even inviting them for an interview. So we are grateful. My colleagues are proud of their certificates, and we are saying to you as you go out, please be proud of that piece of paper. Use that piece of paper with confidence, and above all, make sure that you represent us well as a university. Go out there and be our good ambassadors. If you go out there and mess it, it means Unisa messed it, not you. And we wouldn't be very much impressed with that. Just an hour ago, you were still thinking whether you'll go through this stage or not. Now that you have gone through this stage, you are formally graduates of the University of the Land. And the way it was so fast for you to go through this stage, it is equally fast for you to come and sit there again next year for a senior degree. Yes, and I know you'll come. We are waiting for you. As a university, we have plenty of qualifications from which to choose from, and all of them, not even a single one, all of them are quality assured, all of them are credited, all of them are up to scratch. You don't have to doubt your university. That one I can assure you. And when it comes to your future, I want to say to you, just make sure, as we said earlier on, that you prioritize. Just make sure, as Professor Mudau said, that you plan your things. Just make sure that, as Professor Mudau said, you make the right decisions. What you do today, he said, will affect you tomorrow. And that is true. And I like what Covey says when he talks about goal setting. He talks about 4 time quadrants. And he wants to know, where do you spend your own time? Many people often ignore the part of planning which falls under quadrant number 2. That is a quadrant where you need to plan your things. That is a quadrant where you are faced with things that are not urgent, but very much important. One of them is planning. So we are saying to you, as you move forward, prioritize your things and cut off those unnecessary things. Those things that must be stopped. You need to sit down and say, as Henry Cloud says, these are some of the things that must, at all costs, be necessary endings. Go and read that book, and you'll have to know, you'll understand exactly what is it that you must cut off, what is exactly that you must do when prioritizing and planning, and that will assist you, I can assure you. So if you do not plan for your life, or if you did not do that before, I urge you to go back home tonight and construct that plan. The plan that is going to give you a clear roadmap, where to go, what obstacles are you likely to face, but above all, you need to know, where do I go for help? Know yourself. What is it that you know? What is it that you can do? What is it that you cannot do? Where do you need to go to get that form of help? So tonight, as you go back home, if you don't have that plan, go and construct one and keep it and visit it time and again. And make sure that it's clearly planned and plotted and put it where you can see it every day so that it can remind you that this is where you have to go. More importantly, do something every single day towards the realization of that plan. If, for instance, you had planned that you'll spend 5 hours per day, and for this day, because you decided to go and look for political water, and you feel you cannot do what you need to do, make sure that the following day you cover those 5 hours, you do 10 hours. I can tell you that next year you'll be sitting on that chair again. I've already spoken about unleashing you, and I still say the same. Hit the ground running wherever you land. And more often than not, we tend to think that our degrees, our ranks, our offices will give us that joy and happiness that we want. As you go out there, don't go around telling your parents, do you really know who I am? Yes, they know you. The fact that you obtained your degree today does not in any way change you. It does not in any way make you different from that person that you started grade R with. That person that is nowhere now, that person that is a hobo on the street. The only difference is that you've got a home and he doesn't have one. So your degree does not change who you are, but your degree transforms you to be a better person, transforms you to make sure that that hobo on the street is taken care of. That hobo on the street is rehabilitated. We need that from you, and I know you're going to do it. Prepare yourself at all times and always make sure that you keep high levels of awareness. A person who's not aware is sleepwalking and daydreaming through life. And I'm now going to sound like somebody that you listen to on a Sunday. I'm going to say to you, make sure that as a Unisa graduate, you acknowledge and honor your parents and families at all times. Your family will always be there. Your parents will always be there, no matter how difficult, no matter the situation you are in. But if you come to us as friends, you know the saying? When days are dark, friends are very few. If you haven't experienced that, it's just a matter of time. You will experience that. Your parents and your families will always be there, no matter what situation. So always acknowledge them. In any case, they are the ones who made you to be here this morning. And they are the ones who are still going to make sure that you are here with them, of course, next time. They will be joining you in those days because then I know they are going to register. Remember, graduating does not mean that you are now better than them. You are now more educated than them. Some of them, yes, are standard 2 graduates, but they are still your parents. They still know far much more than you do, and they still can guide you, and they'll still be there as your parents to take care of you. And now I think we are now coming to an end. I made a mistake of requesting your parents to stand up. Now I want to correct that mistake so that you know that they are still your parents. I'm going to request you to stand up and face them. Take whatever is in that scroll You know, in South Africa, we have got this tendency of talking about brown envelopes and the meaning attached to that. And more often than not, when we see these scrolls and envelopes, we don't actually know what is inside that. Have you checked what is inside that scroll? Take it out and show your parents if ever it's a certificate or what. And as you show them, you see, you are very far, they may not even see you. Please hold it in your right hand and wave it in that direction by no, wait. Parents, wait. We just said these are graduates. We just said they know better. We just said that they can listen to a simple instruction. I did not ask them to wave their scrolls towards you, unless if they know what is inside. But if they are sure that it's a certificate, I want you to show your parents your certificates and wave it to them as a way of thanking them for having made it possible for you to get that certificate. Shall we do that, please? Okay, I won't ask them again. They are still showing them your scrolls. They are still showing you their scrolls. And perhaps there's something inside that scroll that they don't want us to see, but it's fine. You were not alone on this journey. There were people who assisted you. Some of them fought with you. Some of them did not even respond to your emails. Some of them did not even take your calls. But they are not monsters. There was a reason perhaps why they did not do that. And I'm going to request you that as you showed your certificate to your parents as a way of thanking them, please do the same to the colleagues on the stage. They represent all university staff members. And even if there are very few here, just see them as the University of South Africa, representing over 5,000 plus staff members that you interacted with. Shall we wave our certificates in that direction just to thank them? Parents, I think over 150 graduates walked over this red carpet today. Unfortunately, I'm only seeing less than 50 certificates. But it's okay. If that's how you want it, okay, thank you, sit down. We know how Eastern Cape graduates operate. Yes, you are over 100, but I only saw less than 50 certificates. But it's fine, you have got a reason for doing that. Thank you. This is bringing us to the end of our session. Parents, I can't thank you enough for having chosen us, for having supported your kids to be with us, for having entrusted your students into our care. You know, being an educator is a very much important job to do because you are dealing with the mind of a person. You are shaping and molding that person the way you think that person should be. And it's not easy for someone to trust you with the mind of his or her child. And we thank you for that. And what you are saying is, as much as they helped your children, they are willing to help you as well. Please come and register. Yes, we'll be opening with our applications next semester and we'll be waiting for your applications. Coming back to our graduates, now that you have joined an illustrious circle of excellence, we want you to continue the good work that those who were in front of you are doing. Some have done, some are still continuing to do that good work. And you just heard when we welcomed people, I said we have got the convener of the Eastern Cape chapter of our alumni. And that is one important structure that is assisting us as a university. All tertiary institutions are given a mandate to educate the nation. Universities alone will never, ever be able to do that. So we ask you to join hands with us and support your university. Your university needs you. Your university can only grow if you come in and support us. And we are saying to you, you were lucky because your parents assisted you financially and otherwise to ensure that you are where you are today. So it's your responsibility now as you go out, as a Unisa graduate, as a member of the alumni of Unisa, we are saying to you, please help us to educate the nation. We are not saying give us your money. You can assist even if you are still a student, you don't have money. But if you have money, it's even better. Go and adopt one less fortunate person you know out there. You don't need to come and tell us. Let it be your secret. But take that person by your hand. In any case, in our culture, we know that as Africans, we believe in communalism. We know that as Africans, it's a sin to be rich if those that are around you are poor and you are not doing anything to assist them. So please go and pick out only one person and ensure that you support that person financially and otherwise, so that that person can next year come and sit where you are sitting. It could be next year, it could be after 2 or even 3 years. But what is more important is that let someone come and occupy that chair, someone that you shall have helped to go through the education, the tertiary education. And I know you are going to do that, and I thank you for that. Congratulations once more. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now coming towards the end of our session. After this announcement, I'm going to request you to stand up to join in the singing of the national anthem, the words of which are to be found on page 17 of your programs. After that, I'll still request you to remain standing to enable me to dissolve the congregation. And again, I'll still request you to remain standing to allow the academic procession to leave the hall. Shall we please stand up and join in the singing of the national anthem? By virtue of the powers entrusted to me, I dissolve this congregation of the University of South Africa.